Welcome back. Welcome back to HGVtalks, my little podcast where I sit here and kind of just ramble, for like 15 minutes or so about my week and plans for the next week. Uh, I last minute, my plans for this weekend have changed. I'm in San Diego right now. If you guys are watching this the day of release, completely last minute, booked the tickets yesterday. We booked it on Thursday. We're leaving Saturday morning at like 5 or 6 in the morning, something like that. We're leaving super early. Uh, Completely unexpected. This week, probably in the last episode, I think I was talking about going to New Hampshire. We went up there on Monday. Left here. We didn't leave super. We left at like 7 a.m. or something like that, 7:30 a.m. to get to New Hampshire. We did a hike. I forget what mountain it was called, but there was like a B. I think it was a B-52 or a B-18. I don't know what kind of plane it was. Was it B-52? I don't really know plane. I don't know planes like that. Bomber crash site. New Hampshire? Was it that one? I think it is. I could be wrong, but I think it's a B-52. But we did a hike there. It was a really difficult hike, honestly. My wife kind of tricked me into it. She's like, "Oh, we're just gonna go for a little hike. It's gonna be like really cold, so we don't want to go crazy." And we took. There's such a big fuzzy on my microphone. I need to clean this thing off. But the hike was really crazy. Um, it was, I think, 4.7 miles total. So it was like 2.5 miles each way, roughly. But it was, the first mile is pretty flat, kind of typical easy hike. And then like the second mile and a half is like almost straight uphill. It's like really, really steep. And it was snow on the ground, so it was slippery and like kind of sketchy. We weren't very cold, I'll tell you that much. We were sweating, which, kind of almost is worse when you're in the cold like that because you start sweating the second you start cooling off. You start getting really, really cold. But ended up being a good time. I was super exhausted by the end of it. But then we also went to a brewery, Schilling. I think it's called Schilling Brewing or Schilling Brewery, something like that. Brewing company, who knows? Up in Littleton, New Hampshire, kind of around the Woodstock area, I think. We went with my wife's friend and her boyfriend. It was a good time. Had amazing beers. Had some good like wood fire pizzas, which were so bomb. Oh, pizza! I could literally eat pizza every single day of my life. It was so good. But we literally just went up there for that one night. We spent the night at Airbnb. They had to get up early because her friend had a test she had to do. She's in school for like nursing or something like that right now. And she had a test early in the morning, so they had to drive back early. We got back home pretty early the next day, back in Massachusetts, and got back to work. I was able to get all my videos up on time this week, got all the scheduled stuff going. And then on Wednesday night, so we'd only been home for about 24 hours, and my wife was saying that her work is changing her schedule. So she has a rotating schedule where she gets like every other 3 day weekend, and then she works like 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, that type of thing. And her weekend coming up is her weekend off, so she would have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But she's getting a new manager there, and the manager that's coming in was on the same type of schedule, where the same like type of rotating schedule, but she was just on the same days as Michelle. So she took the job, and like they said, if you get the job, we'll have Michelle swap her rotation. So she'll have the same schedule. It's just her weekend off is gonna swap to the other weekends. So in that transition time of it, she's gonna end up with 4 days off this week. So she's gonna have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So she doesn't go back to work till Tuesday. So she said, "Hey, want to go do something this weekend? Go do a little trip or something?" And she was saying she wants to go to Savannah, Georgia. She has like this affection for Savannah, Georgia. I think when she said she was younger, she was like looking at colleges. I think she said she found like a school there that she was interested in. So she was like looking at Savannah, Georgia, and she just thought it looked like a really beautiful city and something she would enjoy. So we looked that up, but the flights were crazy expensive. And then we were like, we're not trying to spend that much money right now. We don't really got the money to spend like that. So let's not do that. And then she said, like, we are just going to start looking because sometimes you just a certain flight to a certain spot, you can get a really good deal. And she mentioned San Diego. No, she mentioned California. I think she just said California first. I think she said like San Francisco or something. And I was like, I don't really want to go out to San Francisco. I don't know. I don't really have any desire to go there. And then I was like, what about San Diego? I'm the one that mentioned the San Diego, I believe, because one of my best friends lives in San Diego and he's in the military. So he's stationed in San Diego right now. He's in the Navy. And I was thinking, if we're able to stay with him, it'll be cheaper. We don't have to worry about getting a hotel super last minute. We'll pretty much just fly in, spend 2 nights with him, and then come back home on Monday. And pretty straightforward. Save us a bunch of money, see if we can get flights. So we looked it up, booked it. We talked to him. He's like, yeah, let's do it. I haven't seen him in almost 3 years. I actually looked it up. I thought it was more than 3 years ago, but the last time I seen him was in February of 2021, which was right when I went full-time streaming. So I called myself a full-time streamer the last time I was with him. In reality, I had just gotten, fired from my job and I was on unemployment. So I was able to chill and hang with him, for he was only here for like 3 or 4 days, if that. He was here. His grandfather had passed away, so he was here for a couple days for that. He had to get here all the way from Japan, where he was stationed previously. So I had just gotten fired from my job, and I was just basically calling myself. I was like, hey, I'm streaming full time for the time being, but I was looking for a job. So some of you guys might even remember when this happened, when I took a couple days off of this. There's a few of you that have been here since the very, very beginning. But yeah, so it's the last time I've seen him. He hasn't been able to get enough time off to, get away from his work to come visit. So I figured, you know what, we'll go visit him. I've never been to the West Coast aside from we went to Washington. We were in Seattle for a weekend one time. My wife had while she was still in college, she had like some sort of like convention or some school meeting thing for pharmacy. I don't know exactly what it was called. So we went there. We got there from like Friday to Sunday or something like that. It was only a couple days. But I've never gone to California. This will be my first time. San Diego. I heard it's beautiful. Heard great things about it. So I'm excited. It'll be a good time. I'm getting all my work done ahead of time. So all the YouTube videos are going to be up and scheduled on time. But there just won't be any streams until Tuesday. I might even try to do on Monday night. Depends what time we get back. I don't think we're going to get back to like late on Monday though. So it might not even be worth doing. It might be like 9 o'clock by the time I get home. So I'll probably just get home, get settled in, and then get back to it. Get to the gym Tuesday morning and get back to the grind. So I did go to the gym this week. I went to New Hampshire Monday, Tuesday, obviously, but I did go to the gym on Wednesday morning. Oh, we did a chest day. And actually, no, I lied. Wednesday morning, I texted my friend Tyler. He's the one I've been going with to the gym. Twiz. He's the one I bowl with too, if you watch the bowling content. I texted him Tuesday night because he plays basketball every Tuesday night. And sometimes he's like burnt out. He's like, depending how hard he goes at basketball, sometimes he'll skip the gym on Wednesday morning. So I texted him and said, you going tomorrow morning? I know you sometimes want to skip. We could do an afternoon session if you want, like sleep in, go to work, and we'll go later on in the afternoon. He was like, nah, I'll be there in the morning. So I wake up, I get there in the morning. He doesn't show up. So when he doesn't show up to the gym, it kind of throws me off a little bit because if I say it's just me and I want to say I do chest, I do a chest day or I do a back day or I do legs, and then we go again the next day and he's like, oh, I just did chest on Tuesday, or I wanted to do legs today and I just did legs the day before. I don't want to like get too off schedule with our workouts because I definitely get a better workout in when I do it with him. He's been going to the gym for years and like he knows a lot of good workouts and like a good, good way to get it going and good sets and stuff. So, I just feel like working out with someone's always a better workout. I'm sorry, I'm picking my skin right now. I'm freaking like a blister that ripped open from working out. But I feel like working out with someone is always a better workout. So if he doesn't show up, it happens sometimes. I mean, I don't show up to every single morning either. So sometimes he goes solo. But what I usually do is I'll just play some, because there's a basketball court, a little half court at the gym. It's not a great one, but I'll usually just play basketball for like 15, 20 minutes, just shoot around, do some dribbling and some, get my heart rate up, get some good cardio in. Basketball is such a good cardio workout. So I'll usually do that, and then I'll just do a couple little workouts. I might do a little bit of legs, um, maybe a little bit just like general arms. Like I won't go super hard on like any single muscle group just because I don't want to be like super sore for the next day. So that's what I did Wednesday. Thursday, we went. He texted me the night before. He's like, let's have a good day tomorrow. Let's get there early. So we got there at 5:30. Usually I leave my house around 5:20. I get there about 5:40. It's like a 20-minute drive for me. But we got there for 5:30, and we did chest until 7 o'clock. From 5:30 to 7, we were doing chest workouts. So, and then we had bowling that night. So my chest this morning, it's Friday right now. My chest was so sore this morning. I literally, and at bowling, I had a couple beers. I was kind of like, woke up this morning to my alarm at like 5 o'clock, and I was like, man, I'm in so much pain. I didn't sleep great. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go. I snoozed it. It went off again. I snoozed it, and then I shut it off, like instead of snoozing it on the last one. And I fell back asleep. And I had a dream that I was going to the gym. You guys ever do that? Like you're supposed to be doing something and you oversleep and you're dreaming that you're doing it. It's kind of what I did. So then Michelle, my wife, she must have woke up to my alarms and was just kind of awake. She like nudged me at like 5:30. She's like, "You going to the gym today?" And I was like, "Nah, I skipped it." I thought I thought I overslept. I thought it was like 6:30 at that point. And I look at my phone. I was like, it's only 5:30. I was like, and my friend had just texted me like 2 minutes before. He's like, "You going today?" I texted him. I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." So I got there a little late. Oh, we did arms today though, just biceps, triceps, and we did another. Oh man, we did a really good workout today and yesterday, and I am hurting, but it feels good. It feels good. It feels good to get to the gym a few times this week. Did that hike earlier this week, so I had a really active week for sure. So feeling good, trying to get back into it. And yeah, see how San Diego goes. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. I'm literally just probably gonna say, hey, I'm down to do whatever. I heard the San Diego Zoo is amazing. I heard it's a really nice zoo, so maybe we'll do that. Walk around. Get to just talk to my friend. I haven't seen him in a while. Just get some walking in. Probably just eat some good food, have a couple drinks. Just catch up. My friend Devin was one of my best friends. He was in my wedding. I was almost kind of like living with him back in the day, when I was like 16, 17ish, like around that time. It was when Xbox Live, like when I really started playing Xbox Live a lot more. Oh, for anyone who's not watching the video version, my backlights in my room just turned on at 9:58 a.m. That's a very strange time. But anyway, so me and Devin, I've known him. He was my best friend, Twiz Tyler, who I go to the gym with. It's his cousin, is Devin. So I've known him since I was fourth grade or something like that. Third grade, I've known him since. But it was always just more or less like his cousin. I wasn't like super close with him. And then when like Xbox Live, like online, Xbox 360, Rainbow Six Vegas, like when that kind of came out, I ended up linking up with him, and he started playing games online with me, and then me and him became super close. Ended up like he'd be sleeping at my house every weekend, or I was sleeping at his house every weekend, just gaming all night long. It was super fun. And then, just as we got older, I started driving, and I would just I'd be at his house pretty much every single like night. I ended up like living there. It was crazy. Because after he graduated high school, he had like a time frame between when he graduated to when he was going to the military. I think he had like almost a year, because he graduated and he didn't leave for the military. I think it was like March or May that he left. So he had like a year of like, I forget exactly what he was doing. I think he had to do like some classes or something like that for like his fireman's license. I don't know. He was some sort of whatever it was. So we had kind of like a year where I was pretty much like living at his house. His mother was, taking care of us, cooking us food and whatnot. We were just having drinks, playing games all night long. It was the best. But yeah, so we were hanging out pretty much every single day until he left for the military. And since then, couple every year, couple years. Oh, sorry. Once every couple years, he gets a chance to come visit. We text and talk from time to time, but it's gonna be nice to see him. It's gonna be nice to go spend some time with him. You know, instead of he's only been here for when he comes here, he's trying to see his family. He's visiting everybody he can. It's just you don't really get to spend a lot of time with somebody. So, and last time he was here was for a funeral. So, it'd be nice to go there, just a random weekend. No pressure and just chill. So I'm excited for it. Very excited for it. It's gonna be an expensive little trip, but not as bad as it could be. We just gotta pay for the flights. We got some air miles we've used for Delta. If anybody uses Delta, apparently can gift air miles. He'll send me some. Um, but we're using some miles and stuff, so we're actually getting the flights for a pretty good price. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Another good week ahead. Thanksgiving's coming up. Thanksgiving is probably my favorite holiday. It's my wife's least favorite holiday because she doesn't really care for like any like traditional Thanksgiving food. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love to just wake up, go to like it used to be my grandmother's house, but now my grandma doesn't want to host it anymore. She's getting too much work for her. My grandmother's 80, 82 years old, so she doesn't want to host it anymore. She was doing so much for it, so now my sister hosts it. My sister lives like right across the street from me, so I go over there early in the morning. I start helping out, doing whatever I want, whatever I can, help out with the cooking. Somehow I became the one who's now in charge of cutting the turkey. Don't know how I got that job, but um, for some reason my whole family like there was always just like my uncle back in the day would be the one that would just for some reason he was the one that was cutting the turkey. I don't know why everyone's like so scared to do it. They think it's like so complicated. And then he passed away. He passed away a long time ago, probably like I don't even know, 10 years ago maybe. I mean, he passed away a long time ago, maybe 7 to 10 years ago. I don't know exactly. And since then, it's always been like a weird thing. Like when it's time to cut the turkey, no one's like, "Who wants to do it? Who wants to do it?" And no one wants to do it. I'm like, so over the last like 4 years or something like that, I was like, "I'll do it." And like, it's not a big deal. So now it's like, turkey's done. Keith, where are you? Come cut the turkey. Um, but yeah, I love it. I love Thanksgiving. I love just getting there and just all the cooking. I like holidays that your whole family gets together. You just eat, have some drinks, and there's no gift giving, anything like that. You literally just show up and hang out with your family. Christmas, I love Christmas time and everything, but I feel like as you get older and become an adult and someone who's buying gifts, you go from someone who just gets gifts to someone who starts buying for everybody. You've got a big family, a lot of nieces and nephews, siblings, parents, in-laws, you know what I mean? It's like it just becomes a big, responsibility to just get gifts for everybody, and it's exhausting. Honestly, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to just how exhausting the holidays get in that sense. But yeah, looking forward to Thanksgiving. Let me know what you guys are your favorite. Let me know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is. I know there's a lot of standard ones, a lot of classics. If your family does something unique, let me know. I'd love to hear some unique things that you guys have that you might not think anyone else does. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll give you guys my recap how my Thanksgiving went, how my San Diego trip went. It's gonna be a doozy. So thank you for coming through, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.